it shall be for food. Genesis 1:29. Man did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. Psalm 78:25. Everyday Manna with Lisa.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Everyday Manna. Today we are going to be making a quick, easy meal for your family. We're going to make cheeseburger pizzas that could not be easier. And to go along beside that, we're going to make a carrot, apple, celery salad. Delicious, easy, quick side dish for your busiest night of the week. Now I've got my oven preheated to 425 degrees, and in this skillet, I'm going to make 2 pizzas. So if you're going to do 2, follow the amounts that I'm telling you. If you're going to just make 1 pizza, then you would want to cut it in half. I have about 1 pound of just lean ground beef. This is ground sirloin. If you don't have ground sirloin, then just use, the ground chuck, and make sure that you drain it really, really well. All I'm going to do is just brown this up in a skillet. Couldn't be simpler. So let's let that kind of get working here. And I have another skillet that I'm going to cook some bacon, because I love bacon on my cheeseburgers. If you don't want to use the bacon, then you don't have to. You can leave this out, but it just makes it so much better. And I just have here 12 ounces of just regular bacon, and I'm going to go ahead and dice it up before I put it in the skillet, because you're going to eventually crumble it. And I find it's just easier to cook if you just go ahead and dice it up before you put it in your skillet. I like a lot of bacon. My favorite pizza actually is this, and the inspiration for this comes from a pizza that I get at a place that I love to go eat, and it's like a ham, bacon, cheddar pizza, and it is just fabulous. I love it, love it, love it. And I never thought about making a cheeseburger-ish type pizza until I tasted that, and I thought everybody loves cheeseburgers and everybody loves pizza, so why not combine the flavors of those 2 things? And so I'm just putting my bacon in my skillet, and I'm just going to brown it up, just crisp it up, and then remove it from the drippings. Here, let me get rid of this. And then we are going to chop up some vegetables, because we are going to incorporate some veggies into our dinner. So I have here things that I like, and mix it up to suit your family. I love green peppers on a pizza. So I've got a green pepper here, and I'm going to just cut out the stem and some of the seeds, and I'm going to dice it. Let me just go ahead and cut this out with a little paring knife. This is one of those things, maybe you're really pressed for time. You can prep it, the night before, and then it's ready to go. Just go ahead and cut up your onion and your green pepper and have it in little baggies in your refrigerator or a little container of some sort, and then you're ready to go. Or a lot of times, grocery stores now have the little salad bars, and you can just pick up in the salad bar some already sliced up onions and green peppers if you want to do that. Whatever works for you. Sometimes when I have time, I like to plan ahead the weekend before, whatever it is that I'm going to be having for dinner that next week, and I make out my menu, and I'll do as much prep work ahead and have these little, kits kind of thing in the refrigerator ready to go, so that on the busy nights I can just come and pull that out and have a lot of my chopping and all of that done ahead. Because, we're all busy, and especially, in the evenings, many times after you get home from work, you just do not have the time. Everybody's hungry, and you just want to eat. And so if you have as much done ahead as you can, that makes life much simpler. And I know since my children started back to school, it's just so hectic in the evenings at my house. So it just makes life simpler if I have as much done ahead as I can. And I know so many of you are the same way. So that's just 1 green pepper. Let me stir this up. We're just going to brown this. We're going to use the pre-cooked baked pizza crust that you get in the grocery store, just to make it simpler and quicker Get our beef browning here and our bacon. Love the smell of bacon cooking. Just absolutely love it. I put a lot of bacon on mine because I really like bacon. Just kind of stir it around. You just want to brown it up. Just kind of let that do its thing while we cut up an onion. I think that's probably enough green pepper, one big green pepper. Then I'm using a red onion because I like red onions, but you can use any kind of onion that you have on hand will be fine. This is a big one. So just want to get that outer layer on there. Red onions tend to be just a tiny bit, I think, sweeter than a yellow onion. But if you don't have a red onion, use a yellow onion or a white onion or whatever you have on hand. Or if you don't like onions on your pizza, then you can, by all means, just leave it out. It'd be fine like that, too. Whatever works for you. You know, the recipes that I do on this program truly are adaptable to your family's needs, because I realize that, you know, not everybody likes the same things. And I know in my house, I have two picky little eaters. My boys that you see on here with me often, they are picky little eaters. So I have to, you know, if I'm going to serve them something with onions in it, I got to make sure that it's chopped up fine enough that they won't recognize it. So if you have little eaters in your house that maybe don't like onion, leave it out. That'd be okay. Or maybe put it on half. I know, you know, sometimes we just order pizza in, and I will order half one way and half another, because I got one child that likes pepperoni and one child that likes cheese, and Mom and Dad like the Supreme. And so we just get, you know, you can do half and half, whatever works for your family. So this is just one onion, and this is a strong onion. My eyes are watering. There you go. There's our toppings, and we're going to cook that in just a second. Let's check our, get rid of my mess. I need to keep me a little bowl up here for my trash. Let's check our beef. It's just browning away. Nothing smells better than the smell of bacon cooking. Now, my ground beef is very lean, and it's almost cooked through. So I am going to go ahead and add to my skillet my onions and my peppers, because this, I'm using the pre-baked crust. So, you know, it's going to cook very quickly. So I want to make sure that I take that raw edge off. So I am going to saute my onions and my green peppers in with my beef. Now, if you don't want to do that, you by all means can use a separate skillet and saute them separately. But why have two pans to dirty up? I say just do it in one, but that's up to you. If you want to cook them in a separate pan, then you can do that. Or if you want to cook them in the pan after you cook the bacon, then you can do that. Whatever works for you. But anything I can do to lessen the number of dishes I have to wash, the more I like it. And I'll just tell you, this is one of my favorite smells to smell, is onion and beef cooking. And I use onion and celery and green peppers a lot as the basis for a whole lot of my recipes. And oftentimes, and I've told you this before, but I will have to cook extra, because I will take out, before I finish the recipe, I'll get a little bowl and I'll take out some of the cooked onions and the peppers and all that and just eat it. I dearly love it. So we're just going to kind of let that brown up. There's a little piece of onion. My bacon is cooking away here. We're just going to brown it up. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm just going to keep sauteing this bacon. And when I come back, we're going to get our pizza together and in the oven. I'll be back with you in just a minute. right, now our bacon is cooked and I just drained it and put it in a little bowl, and our beef mixture is done. Now this is what I'm talking about, the little pre-baked pizza shells that you buy in the grocery store over there where they sell the pastas and the pizza sauce and things like that. Sometimes they're in the dairy section, but they usually come 2 to a pack, and they're just pre-baked crusts. Now, if you don't have these, and maybe you're using a homemade pizza dough or one of those, you know, in the dairy department, the kind that comes in the cans like the biscuits. If you're going to use that, you need to take that out, get it formed, and then bake it, say 15 minutes before you get to this step. But these are just good, and they're quick and easy and convenient. And today, that's what we're talking about. We're making cheeseburger pizza. So you've got to have sauce. This is just 1 can of just pizza sauce that you buy over there where you buy the pizza or the spaghetti sauces, the jarred spaghetti sauces, but it's pizza sauce, just a little bit thicker. And again, I'm making 2, so if you want to use or just make 1, then you want to cut it down by about half. But it's about, I don't know, half a cup to 3/4 of a cup per pizza, however much you like. I like a lot of sauce on my pizza. So this is just a regular pizza sauce. Nothing special about it. Just canned pizza sauce. Spread it around. Then we're going to put our beef mixture with our green pepper and our onions over, just kind of, now mine is very well drained because I started with lean beef. And that's the key, start with lean beef. If your beef has a lot of fat in it, you want to make sure you drain it before you get to this point. Doesn't that look good? Just right there you go. I could just eat this right here. I love it. Just divide it evenly over your 2 pizzas. I used 1 pound of very lean ground sirloin. And actually, the reason I chose sirloin is it was on sale at my store this morning when I was shopping. And so that's what I got. If I was buying like ground chuck or something like that, then I would make sure that I drained it very well. And I just sauteed 1 red onion and then 1 green pepper that I diced up. If you don't have red onion, that's okay. You can use a yellow onion or a white onion. It doesn't matter. Then I've got my bacon that I chopped before I cooked it, and I just cooked it in a skillet and drained it, and I'm going to divide it evenly over the pizzas. The inspiration for this is my favorite little pizza at the place that I like to go out to eat pizza at locally, and they have this bacon cheddar pizza that's got bacon and ham and cheddar cheese, and oh, it's just so good. And I love cheeseburgers, and I thought, that would be a good pizza. Just make a cheeseburger type flavored base, and then just doctor it up with all the things that I like on pizza. On top of that, I have sliced Roma tomatoes. This is a Roma tomato. It's meatier. It doesn't have the juice that the regular tomatoes have. If you're using just a regular, you know, the slicing tomatoes that you buy in the store, you will need to slice them ahead of time, lay them on paper towels, and let them kind of drain. But the Roma tomatoes really and truly do not have all it's a meatier tomato. And so they don't have all the juices. And that's why I chose to use them on this pizza. And we're just gonna layer over some tomato slices on our pizza. I have 4 total tomatoes, and I sliced 3 of them over the break. I was just gonna see how many we need. I don't know if I'm gonna need to slice the 4th one or not, but we might. And the tomatoes, the reason I put them on top is they kind of, because of the heat of the oven, will get caramelized, and I do need my 4th one. Slice them kind of thin so that they will roast. They get roasted and caramelized in the oven. And I love roasted tomatoes. They are fabulous. So they just, on top of the pizza, kind of get that intense heat from the oven, because our oven is at 425 degrees, and just makes it delicious. And let's find a place to put our last little slice in there. Now, I need to add some salt because I don't have any salt on my pizzas. I didn't add any salt up to this point. So let's add a little bit of salt over our tomatoes. I'd say about half a teaspoon per pizza. Whatever your family likes will work. If you like things a little saltier, add a little more. If you don't, add a little less. It's up to you. But I put it on top of the tomatoes because I find tomatoes need salt. So, over top of that, I'm gonna add some fresh cracked pepper. Just a little bit over top. And then what is a pizza without cheese? Cannot have pizza without cheese, and cannot possibly have cheeseburger pizza without cheese. Now, typical cheese on a regular pizza is mozzarella. So we are going to use a little bit of mozzarella. This is the 2% shredded mozzarella that you just buy in the dairy section of your grocery store. I love it. It just adds that gooey, cheesy characteristic that we all associate with pizza. But remember, this particular pizza is a cheeseburger pizza. So we will be adding, what kind of cheese do you put on burgers? You put cheddar cheese. So I've got some shredded cheddar. And this is the primary cheese. You want to add just a little layer of the mozzarella cheese and then add your cheddar on top. Doesn't that just look good just like that? It's not even cooked yet. 425 degrees. These need to bake for about 20 minutes or until the top is melted and gooey and just slightly golden. Oh, so good. And that's all there is to it. Now that is easy, and you can really just whip that together any night of the week. I'm gonna pop these in a 425 degree oven, take a quick break, clean up. When I come back, we're gonna make a quick, easy side dish, a carrot salad to go along with our pizzas. I'll be back in just a minute.
Your fault. You.
My fault?
Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
Just the two of us.
You're right, it's my fault.
We can make it if
Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
Just the two of us. Feeling.
All right, now our cheeseburger pizza is in the oven baking, and to go alongside that, we're going to make a quick, easy apple, carrot, celery mixture salad type thing. You might have had a version of this. A lot of people will make this same type salad and they put raisins in it, but I'm not going to do that. But if you want to, by all means, add some raisins. I've got 2 pounds of carrots. I've already peeled some of them. If you want to use the pre-shredded carrot, you may. I find the texture's a little bit different with the pre-shredded up carrots. And usually those things cost so much more money than just buying a bag of carrots and shredding them yourself. So, but if you want to use them, then you go right ahead. I'm going to shred mine in my food processor with my shredding blade. But if you want to use a box grater and use the coarse side of the box grater, by all means, do that too. And I've got 2 pounds of carrots. Let me just cut the tops off here. And you're going to see how quickly you can shred up your carrots. My little guinea pigs at home would just love to eat those little trimmings of the carrots. I don't need a garbage disposer, I have them, and they love to eat the trimmings off all my vegetables. I thought about them when I'm doing this. I thought, yeah, they would love this because they can just eat it all. My little boys, they love their little guinea pigs. Love them. That was a daddy thing. So I've got my food processor set up. Yours may be different than mine. And my feed tube, and I'm just gonna shred. This kind of noisy, so bear with me. I'm just gonna shred my carrots down my feed tube and just shred them up. I have 2 pounds. I love carrots. In any way, I love them cooked, I love them raw. However, like I said, if you do not have a food processor, by all means, just use your box grater or buy the pre-shredded up ones, that's fine. There you go, they're done. How easy and quick was that? Let's get our little blade out of there. And there we go. We've got about 2 cups of just shredded carrots, and you can see there. Because carrot is the primary ingredient in this particular recipe. To go along with our carrots, I've got 2 stalks of celery. And I'm gonna just kind of dice that up manually with my knife in a finer dice. Usually I find if you cut your celery rib in half and then in each half again, that makes it fine enough. And I like to cut them in half so I don't have quite as much dicing to do. And then just dice up your celery fine. If you don't like celery, leave it out. I know a couple of people that just really don't like celery, but I happen to adore it. So I put it in my salad. But if you don't, then you can leave it out. It's up to you. Have a nibble. Just that crunch and that flavor, I just love it. Put your celery, what you don't spill on the counter like I did, in with your carrots. And to add a little sweetness, we're gonna add an apple. I have just 1 red delicious apple. I'm gonna core it with my little corer. I'm leaving the peel on, I just washed it. And we're gonna do the same thing with our apple. We're gonna dice it, cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. And then cut it into little pieces. And then cut those pieces, and we're just dicing it. That's what you're doing. You're just dicing the apple. I like the peel, but if you want to take the peel off, then go ahead. I wouldn't dice my apple until I was ready to use it unless you mix it with a little bit of lemon juice, because it will start discoloring on you. Then add your apple to the carrots and the celery. This is a good way to get some fruit in your diet. I find most people just simply don't eat enough fruit. And if you're a fan of this program, you know I do a lot of desserts and things like that with fruit in it. A lot of salads, I put, apples or cranberries or oranges or some kind of fruit in there, because I find most people truly do not get enough fruit. And I don't really know why that is. If we just don't want to take the time to dice it up or what, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to do a simple little dressing. I have about 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I don't like a whole lot of dressing on this salad, just a little bit. Then I've got 1/4 of a cup of plain yogurt, and I want to tell you what I did, because I can't find the Greek yogurt plain, and I don't want vanilla flavored in this. I take 1/4 of a cup or whatever amount you're using, put it over a little strainer, and let the liquid drain out. This has only been setting for about 15-20 minutes, and it makes like a thick, yogurty, cheese type product for you to use. 1 tablespoon of sugar and about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and that's it. And we're just gonna whisk this together and then put it over our salad. And that's it. And then your salad is done. Let me get a little thing here, a little spatula. I love these little Rubbermaid type spatulas that you can get. They get every little bit out of your dressing bowl, whatever it is that you're mixing up. And then just stir all that together. Like I said, I don't like a lot of dressing. If you like a lot of dressing on your carrot salads or your other salads, then you might want to double the recipe. It's up to you. I just prefer not to cover it up with all those flavors. The plain yogurt adds a little bit of a tang to it, and it actually will coat the apples and keep the apples from turning brown on you like they can do sometimes. And that's it. Now, I would chill this in the refrigerator for, you know, about, say, 30 minutes or so before you eat it. It's ready to go right now, but it's better if it sits a little bit. So I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge and check on the pizza. All right, now our pizza is baked, and here it is. Is that not a beauty? Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. 25 minutes in a 425-degree oven. It's a cheeseburger pizza that we started with just the pre-baked crusts that you buy in the store. We browned some ground beef with an onion and some green pepper and drained that real good, and then put that over some pizza sauce with some bacon over that and sliced tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and then some mozzarella cheese and some cheddar cheese. Absolutely delicious. Cannot wait to get into that pizza. Quick and